Okay, imagine for a second that there is a single word, just one specific word, that the universe actually, truly obeys.
Hmm.
And I'm not talking about some, magic spell from a fantasy novel or a long prayer you have to memorize. It's a word so simple, so common, we probably ignore it. It just gets lost in the noise.
It's almost too simple to be taken seriously, right? That's the paradox of it.
Yeah.
We expect the secrets to the universe to be these, I don't know, complicated equations.
Right.
But sometimes they're just vocabulary.
Exactly. But the sources we're digging into today suggest that when this word is used correctly, and that's a big if, because apparently most of us are using it really wrong, when it's used with what they call consciousness, it makes the invisible move.
It makes the impossible inevitable. That's the claim.
It's a bold claim, but when you really get into the mechanics of it, especially through the lens of Florence Scovel Shinn, which is our main source today, it starts to make a lot of, uncomfortable sense.
Uncomfortable is definitely the right word. Because if this is true, I think a lot of us have been doing it wrong for a very long time.
I know I have. I mean, most of us walk around feeling like our words are just vapor, don't we?
Totally. Think about it. We ask for things, we hope, we affirm, we pray. It just feels like it's all blowing away in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
You put it out there and nothing. Radio silence.
That's the feeling exactly. You're shouting into a void, and the void isn't even shouting back.
It's just ignoring you.
Yeah.
And that's the central problem we are unpacking in this deep dive. We're looking at the teachings of Florence Scovel Shinn, a metaphysical teacher from the early 20th century who had this almost legalistic take on reality.
Legalistic, I like that.
Her premise was that the universe doesn't respond to your fear. It definitely doesn't respond to pleading or begging.
Right.
It responds to one thing.
What's that?
Authority.
Authority. See, that's a heavy word. It implies you're the boss, not a petitioner. You're not asking for scraps.
Precisely. Shinn famously said, "The word is your magic wand." Or actually, she called it a rod, a tool of command. So the mission for this deep dive is to really understand this law of the word. We're going to look at why Shinn believed that just switching one specific habit in how you speak can flip a switch from a cycle of anxiety to a cycle of confidence.
Okay, let's unpack that, because I think most of us, without realizing it, are using our magic wand to, whack ourselves in the face with it.
That's a great way to put it. The source material calls these phrases power annulling.
The anti-commands.
Yes, and we all use them. It's the language of our default reality.
Things like, I can't, or, oh, it's so difficult, or my personal favorite, maybe one day.
Oh, one day. That's a killer.
Or the classic conditional happiness. When I have the money, then I'll be happy.
Right.
When I lose the weight, then I'll finally go on that trip.
And that right there is the trap. It sounds logical, right? I need the money to be happy. But metaphysically, according to Shinn, it's a complete disaster. Every single phrase you say is a decree. It's an order.
So when I say, one day I'll be successful, I think I'm being optimistic. I'm, setting a goal.
But metaphysically, you are decreeing waiting. You're actually ordering the experience of not having it yet.
Oh.
If you say, I can't, the universe essentially acts like a mirror. It just agrees with you. It says, okay, noted, you can't. It confirms the limitation.
It's like the universe is a literalist genie. It's not reading between the lines at all.
Not at all. It's completely literal. If you project doubt, the mirror just reflects that doubt right back at you. If you project someday, the mirror reflects a reality where the good stuff is always just out of reach.
So you're the one holding the stick with the carrot on it, chasing it forever.
You're holding the stick. That's terrifying, isn't it?
Okay.
It means we're constantly self-sabotaging just by trying to be, realistic.
Okay, and this is where it gets really technical, and I think this is the heart of Shinn's philosophy. The source says the universe doesn't understand the verb to wait.
It doesn't. It only understands one verb, to be, as in existence right now. The universe operates in the eternal present. So when you project happiness or wealth into the future, saying, I will be happy, you're actually creating what she calls time voids.
Time voids.
You're creating absence. You're telling the universe, I am currently in a state of lacking this. And the universe just says, and so you are.
So we are accidentally decreeing our own lack.
Fuck yeah.
We're manifesting the waiting room, not the destination.
That's it, exactly.
Yeah.
We're keeping the good stuff at arm's length by constantly shoving it into a future that, by definition, never arrives.
Okay, so if one day is the trap and I will is a trap, what's the key? What's the password that breaks this loop?
It is deceptively simple. The word is now.
Now.
Now. It seems too easy, doesn't it?
It feels mundane. I mean,
Yeah.
now. How can that be a magic word? It's just an adverb.
Because of how it functions.
Yeah.
Mechanically. The source explains that because the universe doesn't understand linear time,
Yeah.
that whole concept of future is a human thing, it only understands command. And now is the only time that actually exists.
Yeah. So, how do we actually use this? We don't just walk around shouting "NW" at things, right? Coffee and NW.
No. Although that might get you service faster or kicked out of the coffee shop. It's all about the phrasing, the sentence structure.
Okay.
So instead of "I will be prosperous," the phrase becomes "I am prosperous now." Instead of "I hope I get better," it's "I am healed now."
I receive now.
Yes.
It changes the entire texture of the sentence. I will be prosperous. Feels like a daydream. I am prosperous now. Honestly, it feels a little delusional if you're broke.
And that's the hurdle, right? It feels delusional to the rational mind. But Shinn argues that the rational mind is just looking at the visible, the empty bank account, the diagnosis. The spiritual mind looks at the invisible, at the potential. When you say "I receive now," you shift the vibration.
From hoping to possessing.
Exactly. You go from hoping to possessing.
Let's talk about vibration, because that word gets thrown around a lot. What does it mean here?
Sure. Think of it as your emotional signature, your vibe. When you hope for something, the underlying signature is "I don't have this." It's a vibration of lack. You're broadcasting emptiness.
Right.
But when you claim something, "I have this," even if it's not physically there yet, the signature is confidence. It's relief. The source material compares the dreamer and the manifester.
And what's the difference?
The dreamer talks like they're waiting for a train. They're passive. The manifester talks as if they are already sitting in first class. They're active. They're settled in.
I receive now. It feels almost aggressive. In a good way, like you're claiming something.
It's assertive. And according to Shinn, that assertiveness is what moves things. It forces people, opportunities, conditions, to align with that vibration immediately. You aren't asking permission, you are stating a fact.
But hold on, there's a nuance here. The source really hammers home. You can't just be a robot about this. If I'm sitting there shaking with anxiety and just whispering, "I am rich now, I am rich now," that's probably not going to do anything, is it?
No, that's just panic wearing an affirmation costume. And that's the vital ingredient, consciousness. The source warns that saying "now" with fear is just sound, it's noise. But saying "now" with certainty, that's creation.
So it's about the feeling, the internal state behind the word.
It's the intent. The word is just the carrier wave for your belief. It requires what Shinn calls a vibration of possession. You have to feel the ownership of the thing before it's physically in your hand.
That reminds me of that line from the source, "The invisible is more powerful than the visible." That's a hard concept for most people. We like things we can touch.
It is hard. But think about electricity. You don't see the electricity in the wires, you just see the light bulb turn on.
Yeah.
The power is invisible. The result is visible. Shinn is saying you have to trust the invisible current first. Most people fail because they're just staring at the broken bulb.
And by saying the bulb is broken, they reinforce the brokenness. They're reporting on the problem instead of checking the fuse box.
Exactly. You have to speak to the invisible to change the visible. You ignore the empty bulb and speak to the current. That's the leap of faith.
It is. The source says the soil of the universe never sleeps. Every word is a seed.
I love that image.
So if you're looking at your life and complaining, you're just planting more seeds of the same weeds.
It's relentless. It doesn't discriminate between flower seeds and weed seeds. It just grows what you plant.
So let's get practical. Because theory is great, but I want to give you, the listener, something you can use today. The source provides a toolkit-specific commands that use this now power.
Yes. There are two main ones, and the phrasing is very, very specific. Shinn saw words as code.
Okay, let's look at the first one. It's short, direct.
It's, "I receive now what is mine by divine right."
I receive now what is mine by divine right. Let's break that down. Receive is an active verb, right? It's not "I want" or "I hope for."
No, receive implies the transaction is happening this second. You're opening the door.
And divine right, that sounds a bit religious. What does she mean by that?
Not in a moralistic sense. In Shinn's world, divine right means there's a specific life path, a blueprint of health and joy that's designed just for you. It's your destiny. It's already yours. You just haven't claimed it.
So you aren't stealing from anyone else. You're just claiming your own inheritance.
Exactly. It removes the guilt and the competition from it.
Now, there's a second one, which the source calls the powerful one. This one felt like a full-on legal contract with the universe.
It really is.
What?
This is the comprehensive decree. It goes, Everything that is mine by divine right comes to me now perfectly, under grace, and in an irresistible way.
In an irresistible way. I love that.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's like you're removing all the friction. You're saying this good thing can't not happen.
Right. Irresistible implies the obstacles have to move. If there's a mountain, it moves. If there's a person blocking you, they step aside.
Mm.
It's a force that cannot be stopped.
And the other phrase, under grace, is so important. We live in this hustle culture where we think everything has to be hard.
Yes, exactly. In this context, under grace means without struggle. It means the result comes easily. It's a gift, not something you have to bleed for. If you get the money but lose your health getting it, that's not under grace.
Ah, that's a crucial distinction. It's the safety clause.
It is. It ensures the blessing is pure. You don't get the promotion but lose your marriage. It's a very, very elegant command.
So what happens when someone actually starts using these? Does the doorbell just ring 5 minutes later with a check?
Sometimes. Shinn has stories about exactly that, but usually it's more subtle at first. The source says people start to reappear in your life, new ideas pop into your head, you start seeing coincidences.
Synchronicities.
Exactly. And the text has this beautiful line. You realize the universe wasn't making you wait. It was waiting for you to speak correctly.
Wow. We are the bottleneck.
We are the bottleneck.
Yeah.
The flow is always there. But our words of waiting, our complaints, our one days, they act like a dam. When you say now, you break the dam.
This connects back to a metaphor the source uses, quoting Shinn again. She calls the mouth the sword of the spirit.
Yes. A very active, martial image. A sword isn't passive. It cuts.
It cuts the veil of reality.
Right. Every sentence you speak molds what comes next. And this goes back to that binary nature of the universe we mentioned. It doesn't judge. It's not deciding if you deserve something. It just obeys.
A neutral executioner.
Completely neutral. You take that sword and say, I can't do this. The universe cuts that path for you. It says, agreed. You say, I can, and it cuts that path instead.
That puts a massive amount of responsibility on us, which is maybe why people shy away from this. It's easier to be a victim of bad luck than to admit we might be decreeing our own mess.
That is the uncomfortable truth, absolutely. But the flip side is, it's total empowerment.
Right. If you broke it, you can fix it.
Exactly. The takeaway here is you have to monitor your speech like a hawk. Don't let fear use your voice. Use your voice as a code. Yes. Think now as an override code. When you see a problem, instead of describing the problem, which just feeds it energy, you use the override. I am seeing the solution now. I am provided for now. You're basically hacking the simulation.
It's not reporting on the weather, it's changing the weather.
That's a perfect way to put it. Don't be a reporter of your life. Be the editor.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, right now? Because it's easy to hear this nod, say, cool concept, and then go right back to saying, ugh, Monday's going to be terrible.
And that's the default setting. But the source reminds us that life doesn't change with time. We think, oh, in 5 years, things will be different. No, life changes with words. If you use the same words for 5 years, your life will look exactly the same.
That is sobering.
It is. But it's also the solution. It means you can change your entire trajectory in 1 second.
The source ends with a little experiment, and I want you to try this with us. If you're driving, please keep your eyes open, but you can still do the mental part.
Yes. This isn't homework for later. This is about feeling the shift right now.
Okay, so here's the instruction. Take a deep breath. Center yourself.
Yeah.
And say aloud or just firmly in your mind, I receive now what is mine by divine right.
Go ahead. Say it again.
Yeah.
I receive now what is mine by divine right.
It's weird, isn't it, when you say it with that kind of authority?
What do you feel?
There's a settling, a calm. It feels heavier than a normal sentence.
That's it. That internal shift. That is the signal. The source says that sudden calm is the evidence the universe heard you. It's the click of the lock opening.
It feels different than wishing. Wishing feels anxious. This feels done.
And that is the state of the manifester. You don't look for the result to feel better. You feel better, which allows the result to come.
It really is flipping the script. We wait for the good news to feel good. Shinn says, no, feel good, speak the good, and the news will follow.
Precisely. And remember, these sources aren't teaching us some new trick. They're reminding us of a power we already carry. You've been using this power your whole life, probably to your own detriment.
We're experts at manifesting stress.
We are pros at it. We decree it every morning. I'm so tired, I'm so stressed, I'll never get this done. And the universe delivers that reality perfectly.
So the challenge is just to take your hand off the wheel that's steering into the ditch and steer onto the road.
Just change the word. Use the password.
Now!
No.
Now! It's incredible to think something so small could be the hinge that swings such a big door.
Big doors swing on small hinges. That's the law.
So here's a provocative thought to leave you with. We talked about divine right and receiving what is yours, but consider this. If the universe has been waiting for you to say now, what amazing things, people, opportunities, joys have been sitting in the hallway just outside your door for years, just waiting for you to turn the handle.
That's a powerful image. They aren't far away. They're right there.
They're just waiting for the password, so don't make them wait any longer. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
Speak with authority.
See you next time.